Hri Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Amritoma Mritangamaya Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, next lesson, 9th lesson. Bharatiya Vaigyanika. Normally we know scientist means only the Western scientist. You might have read some articles or Indian scientists. There are so many, but here only few are taken. we had scientists in various subjects, including chemistry, physics, biology, botany, everything. We had science, well developed science, which was in the stream of Gurukula education. But you cannot expect like it should be like Western science. Okay, it is different. It's different. Okay, even what we learned that even we had aviation also. we all can witness the temple towers and other things, big buildings, which shows the engineering, marvelous engineering development of India. But we have to accept, or world has to accept that the science, mainly the mathematics and engineering, also marvelous invention of India, that everyone should accept it. Let us go to the lesson. Bharatiya Vaigyanika. I think Chitraman can start reading.
Yes, sir.
Read up to this awesome. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Navamaha Pataha Bharatiya Vaigyanikaha Jagati Purana Kalat Arabhya Bahavaha Prasiddhaha Deshaha Santi Teshu Bharatasya Sthanam Ati Utkrishtam Yataha Bharatiya Kalachare Rigvedaha Pratamaha Grantaha मानव जीवनस्य अपि अयं प्रथमः ग्रन्थः इति पंडिताः कथयन्ति ऋग्वेदात् आरभ्य सर्वेषु ग्रन्थेषु मानव जीवनस्य मार्गः विज्ञानं गणितं च प्रदर्शिताः भारतीय जीवन शैलिः अपि विज्ञानमेव भारतीय वैज्ञानिकेषु प्रमुखाः आर्यभट्टः वराहमिहिरः भास्कराचार्यः मेधातिथिः ब्रह्मगुप्तः च एते वैज्ञानिकाः खगोलशास्त्रे गणिते च प्रामाणिकाः आसन्.
So they were very prompt and very popular scientists in maths and that is called astronomy. Okay, astronomy. Okay, Jagati. Let us see the meaning. Okay, Jagati, in this world. Jagati, in this world. Okay, Jagat, Jagati, Jaganti. The word, this is Jagat is the Shabdurupam. let me write this. All of you please note. Jagat, Jagati, Jaganti. In this is Napumsakaling Shabdurupam. In this Saptami Vibhakti is Jagati, Jagatoho, Jagats. In this Jagati, Jagatoho, Jagatsu. This is Saptami Vibhakti. Jagati. This is Napumsakalinga Shabda. Jagat. Takarantaha Napumsakalinga Shabda. Takarantaha Jagat. तकारान्तः नपुंसकलिंग शब्दः जगत् शब्दः. Okay, जगति पुराणकालात् आरभ्य. Okay, we come to know that a lot of scientific, what we know, that scientific inventions, what we know as nowadays, those things were spoken in the Puranam also. Purana means generally they say myth, but we cannot say simply myth. They are mixture of myth. Okay, Jagati Purana Kala Dharabhya. What is Purana Kala? Purana Kala means the narration of stories. There are 18 plus 1, 19 Puranas are there. 18 authored by Veda Vyasa, and 1 written by his father. Okay, Vishnu Purana. Okay, that is. Let me tell you the 18 list of 18 Puranas. Please note down. Okay. A small shloka, we can understand the all 18 Puranas. Okay. Learn. When we recollect, yeah, sometimes it is, the starting trouble is there. Just take out the exact shloka. Sorry, it's not good. I'm unable to copy paste. Okay. Let me type Madvayam. You also please note down Madvayam, Madvayam, Bhadvayam Chilla, Madvayam, Madvayam, Bhadvayam Chaiva. Okay. Bratrayam va Chatushtayam. Bratrayam va Chatushtayam. It is very interesting shloka actually. Bratrayam va Chatushtayam. Anapa Linga Kuskani. Okay. Pranani. Okay. Pranani. Okay. Madvayam, Bhadvayam Chaiva. Bratrayam va Chatushtayam. Bratrayam va Chatushtayam. Anapalinga Koskani. Puranani. This is the shloka, which gives the list of Puranas in short. 18 Puranas, I said, or 18 Puranas authored by Veda Vyasa. What are those? Madvayam. Madvayam. Dvayam means 2. Ma Dvayam. Starting with Ma, 2. Okay. What are those 2? Matsya Purana and Markandeya Purana. Matsya Purana and Markandeya. Matsya Purana, Matsya, Markandeya. Okay, Madvayam. Bhadvayam, Bhavishyat Purana, Bhavishyat Purana, Bhagavata Purana. Bhagavata Purana. Okay, Bratrayam. Bratrayam. Okay, Madvayam, Ma, starting with Ma is 2 or 2. Bhadvayam, starting with Bha or 2. Bratrayam. starting with ba, ba. Okay, 3. Va chatushtayam, starting with va, 4. So how many? 2 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 2 plus 2. See here. Here 2. Okay. Then here also 2. Then bra trayam, bra starting with bra 3. Va chatushtayam. So how many? 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2 plus 2, 11 over now. Okay, Bhagavata Purana. Let us see these 11 now. Matsya Purana, Markandeya Purana, Bhavishyat Purana, Bhagavata. Okay. Bratrayam, Brahmanda Purana. Okay. Brahmanda Purana, Brahmanda, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Then Brahma Purana. Okay. Brahma Purana, Brahma Purana, Brahmanda Purana, Brahma Vaivarta. Okay. Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Then what are these 4? Va Chatushtayam. Va Chatushtayam. Vayu Purana. Okay. Vayu Purana. Varaha Purana. Varaha Purana. Okay. Then Vamana Purana. Vishnu Purana. Vayu Purana, Varaha Purana, Vishnu Purana, then Vamana Purana. Vamana Purana. Okay. Then Anapalinga Kuskani. So 11 over. Now remaining 7. What are those 7? Sorry. Agni Purana. Agni Purana. Narada Purana. Okay. Padma Purana. Padma Purana. Linga Purana. Linga Purana. Kurma Purana. Then Skanda Purana. These are the 18 Puranas. Where Linga Garuda. Here, we should be very careful. Garuda Purana. So 11 there and 7 here. Agni Purana, Narada Purana, Padma Purana, Linga Purana. Linga is a no, Linga. Ga is one, Ling is a. Linga Purana, Garuda Purana, Kurma Purana, Skanda Purana. Totally. So here 11. Okay. Here 11. Here 7. But one thing very important to understand, Puranas are not simply stories. Okay. There are so many things in this, including science. Simply we see, for example, Skanda Purana. Okay. What is Skanda Purana? Skanda, that is Muruga, destroys demons. Right? How they were? Okay, how they were? They were in the 3 forts, which is flying. Okay, and they had the chariots of flying chariots. One city was full of gold, one city was silver, another one is full of this one, etc. Copper. How copper came? How gold came? How silver came? So it is rasayana, chemistry. Without chemical, without knowledge of chemical, these are all not possible. varieties of metals were used, including the mercury. Mercury was in use. See, if we start digging, we can get a lot of things. Okay. So these are treasure, not simply stories. They are not simply stories. You know, it is called Shaka Chandranyana. What is Shaka Chandranyana? We see the crescent, there is Moonrangari. Okay. The fresh crescent, seeing the fresh crescent is always good. It increases our life. That's a myth, or anything you can say. But how do we see? People used to say, where is that crescent? You know, it's very difficult to find. Then we say, auntie, please, uncle, please see there. There is a coconut tree. Ah, yes, coconut tree. You see, there are so many branches in the left hand side, right hand side. Yeah, I'm seeing. Yes, left hand side. One branch is slightly bent down. Can you see? Yes. See above that, slightly above that. Now, can you see the moon? Yes, I can see the moon. See, then this is called Shaka Chandranya. Our identification is moon, but the branches or the tree are helpful for us to find the moon. They are not linked directly. These stories are stories, okay. But what are the things inside that we have to see? So there are these are the 18 Puranas. Madvayam, Bhatvayam, Chaiva, Bratrayam, Vachatushayam, Anapalinga Koskani, Puranani Pratak. Okay. Okay. So I hope you have understood Puranani. Okay. There are a lot of things to teach in Sanskrit. Jagati Purana Kala. But even before Purana, what was there? It could be Veda Kala. You know, even today there was a message. You know, it's about gravity. The Rig Veda speaks about the gravity. See, it may not have the steps like Newton, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Newton law, fourth law, fifth law, like that. It may not have, but what is said is real. The only Indian mythology, that's Indian civilization only said that Bhugola, Brahma, Anda, spherical. Even the belief is that in many religion, they have the myth, they have the belief that the world is still flat. So we cannot say simply Purana Kala. Veda Kala Arabhya. In Veda, eclipses are clearly mentioned how they eclipse. You know, even Varaha Mihira is saying Mahati Bhucha. The huge shadow of the earth falls on the sun, which is called solar eclipse. So Veda Kala Arabhya. In Vedas, you know, we have numbers, we have all things. All so many things we have, tables we have about the details of iron, metals, so many things we have. Purana Kala Arabhya, starting from the time of mythology. Bahavaha Prasiddhaha Deshaha. There were many popular countries. Even in Mahabharata, if you see, the Chinese soldiers were there. Yavanas were there. Kala Yavana. You know, this Kala Yavana fought with Krishna. And Krishna did not fight. He escaped to the cave. Kala Yavana was following. Finally, the Muchukunda Chakravarti was sleeping there, and he was burnt by Muchukunda Chakravarti. It was called Yavana, from Yavana Desha. Yavana is from Greek. Okay. Yavanika, Maya, Jaganmogini. Yavanika, the screen, the screen is called Yavanika in Sanskrit, which came from them because they were using first screens. Okay, China, Amshikava Ketoho, Kalidasa is writing China, about China. China, Amshika, silk, this Chinese silk. So we have references of other, countries, even 2000 years before. So many popular countries were there, but Teshu, among them, Bharatasya Sthanam Ati Utkrishta. The status of India was very high, great, which cannot be refuted. Okay, among them, place of India, position of India, great, Ati Utkrishta, great. Yataha, because Bharatiya Kalachare in the Indian culture or civilization, anything culture. Rigveda is the first book. Okay, Rigveda is the first book. Grantaha book. Manava, it is accepted. Manava Jivanasya, even for the whole mankind, for the human being. Right. Also, this is the first book. They are unable to date any other book than earlier than Rigveda. Okay. The scholars say, okay, the scholars say that the whole mankind, whatever we say, any civilization, we can take. What is found now is Rigveda is the earliest one. Rigveda Arabhya. What is written? There are so many books written. Rigveda Arabhya, starting from Rigveda. In all works, there is Sanskrit works. What is written? Manava Jivanasya Marga. Way for the life, human life. What is human life? First, even now the Vichara, Vedanta Vichara is more discussion available only in literature. Okay, human life, Vijnanam, science, Ganitam, maths, and others are explained. Okay. Bharatiya Jivana Shailihi Api Vijnana. Even the lifestyle of Indians is also science. Okay. See, when SARS was spread all over the world, I read that time. The Singapore government has printed a pamphlet and distributed to everyone. Don't touch each other. Even now they are don't touch each other. Wash your hands before touching anything. Don't spit here and there. Don't hug each other. Okay, maintain distance. Don't wear the dress repeatedly. Wash and use it. Okay, have a plate for you. Have a tumbler for you. Water glass, separately for you. If you see the traditional Vedic family, they practice all those things. We don't spit anywhere. We don't spit here and there. Normally we don't spit. And we wash to touch even any vessel, drinking water, the glass, even any kitchen item. We used to wash. between everything, between the curd and cooked items, ghee and cooked items, and any kind of what is it? We don't see the. My hand is dry, no problem. No, even dal, any item, provisions we touch and touch the cooked items. We have to wash. We wash and touch, and we don't go nearby to each other to speak. We always maintain the distance. There are so many things. Our lifestyle, it's a way daily we wash our, even we wash our bed, everything. Okay, so we have a lot of lifestyle, which is mixed with the modern science methodology. What is advised? Okay, Bharatiya Vaigyanikeshu. Okay, we come to the point. Bharatiya Vaigyanikeshu, among Indian scientists, yeah, we have to accept Pramukhaha, the prominent. Aryabhatta. There are 2-3 names. Okay, Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta means versus warrior. Aryabhatta, this is what the explanation. Aryabhatta means as a Brahmin, not a warrior, a teacher. Okay, Varaha Mihiraha, we all know Varaha Mihira. Okay, Varaha Mihira. Bhaskara 1, Bhaskara 2, and Bhaskara 3, they are telling. Okay, Bhaskaracharya. Okay, yes, a teacher. Acharya means teacher. His daughter was Lilavati. We are going to see that. Medhati, we don't get much about him. Medhati. Brahmagupta, yes, these are all Brahmagupta and others. Okay, even we have the big list in other areas also. In every area we have. Ete Vaigyanika, we have selected few for our lesson. Okay. These scientists, Khagola Shastri, in astronomy, not astrology. Okay, astronomy develops astrology. Astrology is based on astronomy. So astronomy, Khagola Shastra, Ganita and maths. Scientists were prominent in both. They were prominent in both astrology, astronomy, and maths. Astro-mathematicians. They are called astro-mathematicians. No, they are called astro-mathematicians. Okay. They are called astro-mathematicians. See, after that, the astrology is developed. But what is said? Varahamira, the Aryabhatta was, he was not interested in Phalita Jyotira, what is called astrology, predictions. He was not interested in that. Okay. So he is the one talking about so many things about the gravity. He is also talking about gravity. Even Bhaskaracharya is talking about gravity. Even before Kanad, he was the one beautifully described so many things in his book. That is Vaiseshika Shastra. There's Tarka Sangraha, gravity, Gurutvam. He says Gurutvam. How the mango falls down from the tree. It is called Gurutvam. That's what Newton also said. Gurutvam. Dravatvam is talking about Dravatvam. Dravatvam is the water. How water is flowing down. It has Dravatvam. Okay, so many things are dealt. Okay.
Even before Isaac Newton, our scientists have found out
Bhaskara.
Unfortunately, we have not established to the world, sir. That's the saddest part.
Yes. Yes, true. It's true. It's true.
So
See,
many
that's
things.
what I told it. No, Newton theory 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes,
like this. We don't have like that. No, but we
The
believe in
entire
that.
science started from us. So unfortunately, we are not established to the world. That is
Yes,
the-
yes, correct. And so these are prominent in astromath. So they're called astromath, not astrology. Astrology developed. Okay, astrology is based on astronomy. They were talking about the comets, and this one, what is that? Even they are talking about the volcanoes. They're talking about how the clouds are formed, how the clouds, know what they say, the ocean, the water from the ocean becomes stream and it goes there, and the cloud is formed, how it is raining, everything described by this one, what is that? Surya Siddhanta, okay, by Ramira. In Surya Siddhanta is writing everything, how the clouds are formed. Whatever the theory said now, everything, even the yes, water cycle, exactly. Even the the so many things, even how the sprouts are formed, so many things, so many, we can list out so many things, but in front of us it is there, the maths, astrology, astronomy, engineering, that then mathematics, all these things are in front of us, which we cannot, nobody can deny all these things. Okay, so next we can read this, okay, with the meaning. Aryan sir, please.
It is second dal adeva
Are, with the meaning. Yeah.
with the meaning. Okay. Jagati Purana Kalat Arabhya Bhavaha Prasiddhaha Deshaha Santi. In this world, from the Puranas, beginning of Puranas, there were many famous countries. Teshu Bharatasya Sthanam Ati Utkrishtam. In that, India's place was very great. Yataha Bharatiya Kalachare Rigvedaha Pratamaha Grantaha. Because Indian culture, Rigveda is the book,
First book.
was the first book. Manava Jivanasya api ayam pratamaha grantaha iti panditaha kathayanti. Even in human life also, this is the first book.
Scholars say. Not, I'm
as
not
told by the scholars.
Yes.
Pandit. Rigvedat arabhya sarveshu grantheshu manava jivanasya margaha vijnanam ganitam cha pradarshitaha. From Rigveda and from all
Starting
books,
from Rigveda. Starting from Rigveda.
Starting from Rigveda and from all books, path of human life, science, maths were explained. Bharatiya Jivana Shailihi api Vijnanameva. Indian
lifestyle,
pattern of living was also science.
Correct.
Bharatiya Vaijnanikeshu Pramukaha Aryabhattaha Varahamihiraha Bhaskaracharyaha Medhatitihi Brahmaguptaha cha. In that scientists, very important are Aryabhattaha, Varahamitraha, Bhaskaracharyaha, Medhatitihi, Brahmaguptaha. Ete Vaijnanikaha Khagolashastre Ganite cha Pramanikaha asan. These scientists were prominent in astrology and maths. Pramanikaha na enna sir? Pramanikaha
means whatever they speak is evidence. Pramanam means witness.
Pramanapatram Arya.
Pramanam karotiti pramanika. What they say is a pramanam, is evidence or witness. They are the witness.
Oh, witness.
Yeah. Sriraj also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. जगति पुराणकालात् आरभ्यः बहवः प्रसिद्धाः देशाः सन्ति. In this world, starting from the time of mythology, there were many popular countries. तेषु भारतस्य स्थानम् अति उत्कृष्टम्. Among them, the position of India was great. यतः भारतीयकलाचारे ऋग्वेदः प्रथमः ग्रन्थः. Because in the Indian culture, Rigveda is the first book. मानव जीवनस्य अपि अयं प्रथमः ग्रन्थः इति पंडिताः कथयन्ति. The Pandita or the scholars say that in the whole evolution of men or people, Rigveda is also the first book. ऋग्वेदात् आरभ्य सर्वेषु ग्रन्थेषु मानवजीवनस्य मार्गः विज्ञानं गणितं च प्रदर्शिताः. So starting from the Rigveda, all the things in the human life like science, maths and other things are also explained. भारतीय जीवनशैली अपि विज्ञानमेव. भारतीय वैज्ञानिकेषु प्रमुखाः आर्यभट्टः, वराहमिहिरः, भास्कराचार्यः, मेधातिथिः, ब्रह्मगुप्तः च. Among the prominent Indian scientists were Aryabhatta, Varahamihira, Bhaskaracharya, Medhatithihi, Brahmagupta and others. एते वैज्ञानिकाः खगोलशास्त्रे गणिते च प्रमाणिकाः आसन्. That means like these scientists were the prominent or the main people in astronomy and mathematics.
Very good. Let's we go further. Vasanta ma'am, please read Aryabhatta and Mihira.
आर्यभट्टः आर्याष्टकं दशकीतिका इति ग्रन्थद्वयं लिखितवान्. अस्य कालः क्रिस्तोः पश्चात् पञ्चमशताब्दे शताब्दः अस्ति. अस्य नाम्नि एव आर्यभट्ट इति उपग्रहं भारतशासकेन प्रेषितम्. Okay.
Mihira, please read Mihira also.
Mihira also. Mihira उज्जयिन्यां विक्रमादित्यस्य सभायां पंडितः आसीत्. वराहः अस्य उपाधिः. मिहिरेण सूर्यसिद्धान्तं पंचसिद्धान्तिका इति प्रसिद्धौ ग्रन्थौ लिखितौ. सूर्यसिद्धान्ते सूर्यस्य वैज्ञानिकरीत्या वर्णनं तस्य उपयोगः मेघानाम् उत्पत्ति विद्युतः विद्युत् वर्षा धूमकेतुः नक्षत्राणि इत्यादीनां वैज्ञानिकरीत्या निरूपणञ्च वर्णितम्.
Very good. Uttama. Now we'll go to Aryabhatta. We'll learn about Aryabhatta. Small introduction. See, we are not going to discuss too much. Some introduction about all this. We should know one by one all these people. Okay. Aryabhatta. Aryabhati, Aryashtakam. Two books were written. Okay. Aryashtakam, Dashageetika. Two books were written. Authored by, Asya Kalaha, his time, time was 5th century AD. Christoho Paschat, after Christ, because that is identification, because internationally this is accepted by the scholars, Western scholars. Normally we don't say AD. This we say that yeah he lived. That's all. But these are all when when the Western scholars involved in the research, they fix the date according to the works, according to the words mentioned, the items mentioned, or the names. They are, and also the popularity about this book is mentioned in another book. So based on these things, they fix the dates of all these scholars. So this AD and all, we have not given. It is given by the Western scholars. His time was 50 AD. Okay, that's what fixed by the scholars. Asya kalaha Kristoho Paschat, after Christ, Panchamaha Shatabdaha, 5th century AD. Okay, Asya Namni Eva, the first satellite of India. It was first satellite. Asya Namni Eva, in his name, Aryabhatta, the first satellite. Upagraham is satellite. Spelling. Spelling I have to check. Okay. I'm not sure about the spelling. Satellite.
SATE.
Yes.
SATE.
Yeah.
SATE.
Yeah. SATE LLITE. LLIT. Satellite. In the name of, in his name, Aryabhatta. Okay. The satellite was sent by the government of India. Okay, government of India. The first Upagraham. If we see that, we are now reached the moon, and of course, we're very close to the Mars also. Okay. The first satellite was Aryabhatta. After his name, to glorify Aryabhatta, the first satellite of India was named after him. Okay. Next, Mihiraha. Bharata Shasakena Presha. Upagraham. It's called Upagraham. Okay, satellite. Upagraham means satellite. Mihiraha. Now we talk about Mihira. Mihira, Ujjainyam Vikramaditya Sabhayam Panditaha. He was scholar in the Mihira, scholar in the royal court of King Vikramaditya. King Vikrama. Okay. So this is what we have seen in the first lesson also. If you remember the first lesson is Kalidasa, about Kalidasa. We have seen a shloka. What's the name of the shloka? The 9-gem theory. This is also said by Westerners. 9-gem theory. We got a plate, copper plate in a place called Aihole. Aihole, I think, is in Maharashtra, Karnataka and Maharashtra, somewhere it is. During the excavation, they got a copper plate in 100 years before. Okay, they got a copper plate in which there was a shloka written in that about the nine poets. Yes, India's first satellite. Yes. Then, so Mihira name also found in that. What's the name of the first one? Let us see. This shloka is there in this lesson. Oh, in the Kalidasa lesson. Where it is? No, book 3. It is in book 3. Sorry, it is in book 3. First lesson was about. First lesson is about this one. Here, somewhere the shloka is there. Yeah, it is in book 3. The 9 gems were. Who are the 9 gems? Okay, who are the 9? And that the shloka reads about there were 9 Nava Vikramasya. In the court of King Vikramaditya, there were 9 great scholars were there. Who are those people? Let me read out. Dhanvantari Kshapana Komara Simha Shanku Vetala Bhatta Gatakarpara Kalidasa Kyato Varaha Mihiraha Tripate Sabhaya Ratnani Vai Navaruchihi Ratnani Vai Vararuchihi Navavikramasya. This is the shloka. Please note down. Okay. Dhanvantari Kshapana Komara Simha. I might have taught you, but still, one more recollecting the knowledge is not a waste one. Okay, Dhanvantari Kshapanaka Kshapanako Marasimha Amarasimha Shanku Vetala Bhatta Vetala Bhatta Ghatakarpara Dhanvantari Kshapanako Marasimha Shanku Vetala Bhatta Ghatakarpara Kalidasa. Yes. Kalidasa. Okay. Kyato Varaha Mihiraha Kyato Varaha Mihiraha Drupate Sabhaya Ratnani Vai Vararuchihi Nava Vikramasya. This is the shloka. Okay, this shloka was found in a copper plate. This is called 9 gems theory. Now, to fix the timing, the date of Kalidasa. There were so many theories. As I said, that we never have clear-cut dates. In Ramayana, how many years Rama lived? Dashavarsha Sahasrani, Dasavarsha Satani Ramo Rajam Pasatva, Brahmalokam Gamisha. That's all. How many years Rama lived? So there is a calculation, but there is a calculation. Muni calculation. What is it called? It's called kind of calculation was there. That calculation is not there nowadays. Okay. Okay. Let us come to this shloka. Dhanvantari. Okay. Dhanvantari, one person. Kshapanaka is another person. Amarasimha is another person. Okay. Please note down. Dhanvantari, Kshapanaka, Amarasimha, Shanku, Vetala Bhatta, Ghatakarpara, Kalidasaha. How many are there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over. Right? In 2 lines, 7 over. Kyato Varaha Mihiraha. That to be identified. No, that to be underlined. Kyato Varaha Mihiraha. Kyataha. Kyataha means very, very popular. Why only when 9 people were said, one was glorified with Kyato Varaha Mihiraha. Nripatehe Sabhaya Vikramasya Nripatehe Sabhaya, in the court of King Vikramaditya. Ratnani Vai Ratnani, they were gems. Vararuchihi, including Vararuchihi. So there were 9. Okay, 9 gems were there in the court of King Vikramaditya. This is the shloka. This is found in a copper plate, found in the Aihole, in the place called Aihole during the excavation. Okay, even that time itself, from the same time, I think from the same place, they found the book Vaimanika Shastram, Bharadwaja Vaimanika Shastram, also found that time only. In the palm leaves book, it was found during that time. You all know it's available with English translation. Please see that mercury was used as the fuel. Now they are trying biodiesel. We have reached up to biodiesel. We have to go beyond electricity. After biodiesel, we have reached electricity. But that time, in Bharadwaja, Vaimanik Shastram is talking about mercury as a fuel. We cannot imagine. But scientists will accept, yes. But we need to learn the method. Now, Dhanvantari, we all know that was a physician. Kshapanaka was a Buddhist monk. Kshapanaka. Amarasimha was Amarasimha. You all know that Amarakosh, the first person to write the lexicon. It is not dictionary. There is a difference between dictionary and lexicon. Dictionary is word to word meaning. Lexicon is collection of words. Amarasimha he was the first person to write the dictionary, even we can declare like that. It's not a dictionary, lexicon. Okay, Amarakosh. Beautiful word. Now, a lot of speeches and other things. Sorry, I missed out yesterday. There was a lecture on Amarakosh. I did not get the link. Last week I watched. So, Amarkosh. It's an excellent book. First question. There are a lot of questions out there. After that, many people have written course. Nowadays, a lot of dictionaries are. In the current days, the popular Sanskrit dictionary is written by Munir Williams and Munir Williams, okay, Western, and V.S. Apte from Maharashtra, okay, Bombay, V.S. Apte. Vaman Sundar Apte, I think so. V.S. Apte. Book is very beautiful. He has published a book from Sanskrit to English, English to Sanskrit. Both are available. Wonderful, wonderful work. Wonderful dictionary. Okay, Nirnay Sagar Press, I think that's a publisher. You all can buy. Keep it. At least we have to support his great works. Otherwise, in course of time, books will be vanished, finished. Knowledge will go. If copies are there, somebody will republish. If copies are not there, not possible. Finished.
What is the name of dictionary, sir?
The dictionary is V.S. Apte dictionary.
VS, sir.
V.S. Apte dictionary.
VS Apte.
Yeah, it's available from English to Sanskrit. Very beautiful, very simple work. Very simple. Beautiful dictionary. Wonderful dictionary. Okay, both are available. Both are. It's from English to Sanskrit, Sanskrit to English. Both are available. Nirnay Sagar Press, Mumbai. Whereas you can search from Chokamba Prakashan. You have to see it's an ocean. Chokamba and Nirnay Sagar are ocean publishing Sanskrit books. Ocean. Same way, R.S. Vadiyar and Sons. It's another ocean, small ocean. We can say a beautiful big lake of publisher Sanskrit books. You have to find excellent books. They published excellent books. They have done a lot of service to the students. I have a big collection of them. So Shanku, Dhanvantari, okay, Amarasimha. We stopped with Amarasimha. Next, Shanku. Shanku is another, not unable to identify. Vetala Bhatta is written one book. Vetala Bhatta. Ghatakarpara also written only one book. Ghatakarpara Kavya. That's all. Name of the book is Ghatakarpara Kavya. And Kalidasa, we know that Kalidasa. Kalidasa is the author of, the Kalidasas were three that we will talk about that later. Then Kyato Varaha Mihiraha. What is Kyata Varaha Mihira? His original name is Mihira. Varaha is title. That is what we have seen here also. It was said that the king of Ujjain, the queen was about to deliver. This was the story. We don't have any record. That's what our it's a Karna Parampara story. Okay. His name was originally Mihira. Varaha is his Upadhi. Upadhi means title. He got the title. The queen was about to deliver the baby. The king was a Chakravarti. He wanted to, he wanted to guess the future of the newborn baby. So he invited, all the astrologers. So what would be the birth time? Because that is very, very important. Birth time is very, very important. So they told that when baby is born, a lemon will be thrown out. So that's the time they have to calculate. Then think about the clock also. That's also science. Don't think that clocks were invented recently, and we have some name in the textbooks also in this one. Westerners found this, that. this guy found this, that guy found that. Okay. So time, they have to take it as a time, and they have to make the horoscope and predictions, astrology. So the lemon was thrown. Then everyone was very happy because it's a royal celebration. So everybody started, calculating the future of the newborn baby. That is a prince. Prince was born. So except Varaha, except Mihira, all have, the predictions. Immediately they have to say, declare it immediately in front of the king. King was sitting and royal family was sitting and everybody sitting. They have to openly say, yeah, everybody praised, yeah. Then Mihira's turn came. He did not say anything. He kept his head down and he wanted to move out quietly. Then he found it and he was called. He told that, sorry, my prediction is different from others. Tell me. What? Then he said that no, prince will not live more than this year. So during this time, he will be killed by the animals. Oh, is it so? Hundreds of astrologers are there. You are different. Set him in the jail. Let us wait for that. Okay. So safeguard the baby. So baby was safeguarded. So nobody can go inside. There was a wonderful building was constructed. Nobody can go inside because animal is going to kill. That's what the prediction. He told her. So nobody could go inside and nobody could meet the prince. And years are going on, full protection. So the days are going on, maybe 7-8 years like that. You take some years, a particular duration, because they cannot predict on the particular day. Even that is also possible. The duration that from this day to that day is time is not good. By that time he would be killed. His life is that much. That was he told. He openly declared. He was not afraid. And the time has come. Time has come. There was a big, the scream from the building, from the palace, from the area what they constructed. Everybody rushed. There the boy was killed. The prince was killed. What happened? How the animal came? Yes, he was killed by the animal. How the animal came? The decorative animals, that's shows the bravery of the king. One of the wild boar fell on him, and he was killed by the boar. Then king understood the power of astrology, and he called him. Because Mihir is in the jail. He called him and titled him Varaha. So Varaha Mihira, Khyato Varaha. Don't ask me any evidence for this. This is Karna Parampara. That's all. So Khyato Varaha Mihira. So the title Khyataha Varaha Mihira Nripade Sabaya. In the king Ratnani by Vararuchihi. So that Mihira, what we are going to learn now, Mihira. Okay, Vararuchihi. Vararuchi is a excellent grammarian. Okay, is in the lineage of grammar. Was that Irakshasamam Nayam Adhikam Veshvatnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha. So he's a Panini. Panini, we know that the 9th grammar we have learned, I think. Lesson. Okay. We have learned about this one. What's that? The 7 Vyakranas. I think there was a lesson on that. Okay, the Vyakrana. The 9th Vyakrana is Paniniya grammar. Before that, 8 grammars were there. See, our people tested 8. Finally, Paninian grammar. What is in the practice now is Paninian grammar. Okay, so in that lineage, Vararuchi also was one of the grammarian. Nava Vikramasya. These 9 were in the court of King Vikramaditya. That's a shloka. So, Kyato Varaha Mihiraha. Okay, such a popularity he has. See here. What says? Varaha asya upadhi. Varaha is his title. Okay. Varaha is title. Varaha was his title. Mihirena Surya Siddhantam Pancha Siddhantika. Yes, Ashtadhyayi by Maharishi Pan. Varaha Siva. Mihirena Surya Siddhantam Pancha Siddhantika. Yeah. There are so many things here. Vararuchi is from Kerala, like that. It's there. We don't know about that. Maybe there is such a say. Yeah. There. Mihirena Surya Siddhantam Pancha Siddhantika. 5 principles. Surya Siddhantam, principles of the sun. Okay. Mihirena, 2 books were written. Okay. Yeah. Mihira composed or authored 2 books. Okay. Authored 2 books. One is Principles of the Sun. Okay. Principles of the Sun. Another one is 5 principles. Okay. In this 5 principles, not principle. Okay. So 5 principles. Pancha Siddhantika. So this book is Surya Siddhantam is describing so many things, about the sun. What is the purpose of sun? Okay. Surya Siddhante, Suryasya Vaijnanika Ritya Varnam. In Surya Siddhanta, okay, the Vaijnanika Ritya Varnam. He approaches not as an Bhagavan Surya. We see that Surya Narayana. Okay. Adideva Namastubhyam Prasidha Mamubhaskara Divagara Namastubhyam Prabhagara Namosute Rashmimantam Samudyantam Deva Namaskaram Pujaya. So these are all devotion, but he approaches in science, through science. Okay. Surya Siddhanta, he describes the sun in the view of science. In the view of science. What is that? Upayoga. What's the use? Is use. What is the use of sun? What is the use of sun? Okay. And Meghanam Utpatti, formation of clouds. Clouds. How the clouds are formed. Vidyut, lightning. Lightning. Varsha. Varsha means rain. How rain is happening. Dhumaketu. Dhumaketu means comets. Okay, Nakshatrani, clouds. Stars. The stars. Ityadinam Vaigyanika Ritya Nirupana. He has described all these things in the view of science. Okay. Now, Vasanta ma'am, please read once again with the meaning. You and Chitra ma'am, please read. Aryabhattaha Mihira. Vasanta ma'am, please unmute.
Yeah. Aryabhattaha Aryashtakam Dashakitika iti Grantadvayam Likitavan. Aryashtakam, Dasagitika were the 2 books which were authored by him. Asya Kala Christo Paschat Panchama Satabdaha Asti. His time was 5th century AD. Asya Namni Eva Aryabhatta iti Upagraham Bharata Preshitam. In the name of Aryabhatta, the satellite was sent by the government of India. Mihiraha. Ujjaniyam Ujjanyam Vikramaaditasya Sabhayam Panditaha Asit. Mihira was the scholar in the royal court of King Vikrama. Varaha was his title. Varaha Asya Upadi. Okay. Varaha was his title.
Yeah.
Mihirena Surya Siddhantam Panchasiddhantika iti prasiddhau grantau likitau. Mihira authored 2 books, Principles of the Sun, that is the next line, right?
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Mihira was the scholar
correct.
in the
Correct.
royal court of King. Correct.
You are reading correct.
Okay. Mihira authored 2 books, Principles of the Sun and 5 principles of.
5 principles, that's all.
5 principles.
Yes.
Surya Siddhanta, he describes the sun in the view of science.
Suryasya varnanam upayogaha. Tasya upayoga means use of the sun.
Use of the sun. Okay. Use of the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. Formation of the clouds, lightning, rain, comets, the stars.
Yes, described in the view of all these things.
Described in the view of science.
Yeah, all these are all described. Chitram.
Yeah.
Aryabhattah Aryashtakam Dashageetika iti Grantadvayam Likitavan. Aryashtakam Dashageetika, 2 books were authored by him. Asya Kalaha Kristoho Paschat Panchamaha Shatabdaha Asti. His time was 5th AD. Asya Namni Eva Aryabhattah iti Upagraham Bharata Shasakena Preshitam. In his name, Aryabhatta, the satellite was sent by the government of India. Mihiraha Ujjainyam Vikramaadityasya Sabhayam Panditaha Asit. Mihira was the scholar in the royal court of King Vikrama. Varaha Asya Upadihi. Varaha was his title. Mihirena Surya Siddhantam Pancha Siddhantika iti prasiddhau grantau likitau. Mihira authored 2 books, Principles of the Sun and 5 principles. Surya Siddhante Suryasya Vainyanikaritya Varnanam Tasya Upayogaha Meghanam Utpattihi Vidyut Varsha Dhumaketuhu Nakshatrani Ityadinam Vaijnanikaritya Nirupanancha Varnitham. In Surya Siddhanta, he describes the sun in the view of science, use of science. Correct, is that?
Correct.
Formation of the clouds, lightning, rain, comets, the stars, he has described in the view of science.
Very good. Sir, Hariharan sir, இந்த 18 புராணத்தை பத்தி சொல்லுங்க சார். ஸ்லோகத்தை சொல்லுங்க.
Sir.
Yeah.
Dhanvantariksha.
No. This 18 Puranas.
Puranas, sir. List of 18 Puranas explained through Shloka. Madvayam, Badvayam Chaiva, Patrayam, Vachatushtayam, Anapalinga Kuskani, Puranani, Prithak. So in that, in Madvayam, there are 2, which is Matsya and Markandeya. In Badvayam, there are another 2 Puranas, which is Bhavishyat and Bhagavata. In Vratrayam, there are 3, which is Brahma Purana, Brahmanda Purana, and Brahma Vaivarta Purana. And in
Vachatushtayam.
Vachatushtayam, it is 4 Puranas, which are Vayu Purana, Varaha Purana, Vamana Purana, and Vishnu Purana. And in
Anipalinga.
Yeah, Anapalinga Kuskar.
Anamakalinga Kuskani, there are 7 Puranas, which are Agni Purana, Narada Purana, Padma Purana, Linga Purana, Garuda Purana, Kurma Purana, and Skanda Purana.
Yeah. There are other discussions also, more than this Shiva Puranam and Devi.
அதெல்லாம் எங்க சார் வருது சிவபுராணம் அதெல்லாம்
இல்ல அதாவது வாயு புராணமா சிவபுராணம் இதெல்லாம் வந்து அங்கங்க டிஸ்கஷன்ஸ் இருக்குது. But finally this is accepted. Some more Puranas are there, whether they're authored or not, whether in the list or not. So these are all under discussions. There are a lot of discussions. Okay. Yeah. Then this sloka also, sir, this sloka also. Okay, it's a like recap, so that whoever sees the video later, they can revise. This Dhanvantariksha, that also please explain.
Dhanvantarikshapanako Narasimha.
You should not split that. Dhanvantarikshapanako Marasimha. Dhanvantarikshapanako Marasimha. Ko Marasimha. Shapanako Marasimha.
Shapanako Marasimha.
Correct.
Shapanako Marasimha. Dhanvantariksha. சேத்து வருமா சார்?
இல்ல தன்வந்தரி க்ஷபணகோ மரசிம்ம.
க்ஷபணகோன்னு சேத்து. ஓகே. தன்வந்தரி க்ஷபணகோ மரசிம்ம. தன்வந்தரி க்ஷபணகோ நரசிம்ம. மரசிம்ம சங்கு
நரசிம்ம அமரசிம்ம.
தன்வந்தரி க்ஷபணகோ மரசிம்ம. தன்வந்தரி க்ஷபணகோ மரசிம்ம. சங்குவேதால பத்ர கடகர்ப.
சங்குவேதால பட்ட.
சங்குவேதால பட்ட கடகர்பர காளிதாசாஹ. ஜாதோ வராக மிகிரஹ ரிபதே சபாயாம். ரத்னானி வைர் ரத்னானி வைவர் ருச்சிஹி நவ விக்ரமஸ்ய. There are 9 gems in the court of Vikramaditya, which is Dhanvantari, Shapanaka, Marasimha, Shankuvethala. Then next one is Kyataha, Varaha Migraha.
The popular Varaha Migra. The popular Varaha Migra.
Popular Varaha Migra. And Ripatehe.
Sabhayam.
Sabhayam.
Vikramasya Nripate Sabhayam.
Vikramasya Nripate Sabhayam. These are all 9 gems of Vikramaditya's court.
Yes. Okay. Next we go to the lesson. Okay. So these are all, we have to learn in between the lessons. Next. Sir, idu padinga. Bhaskaracharya. Aryan, please read Bhaskaracharya.
Bhaskaracharya Leelavati Bijaganitam iti prasiddhau granthau anena likitau. Asya putri Leelavati api ganita pandita iti nyayate. Leelavati granthe algebra iti ganita paddhatihi उत्तमरीत्या वर्णिता अस्ति. न्यूटन महोदयात् पूर्वमेव भूमेः आकर्षणशक्तिमधिकृत्य स्वपुस्तके लिखितवान् अयं पण्डितः इति गवेषकाः वदन्ति. अस्य कालः क्रिस्तोः पश्चात् 1114 to 1165.
No. There is a method to read this. There is a method to read this. First, you have to read 11, then 14. 11,
1114.
65.
1114 to
No, some in
1165.
Sanskrit. In Sanskrit.
Ekadasha.
Chaturdash.
Ekadasha Chaturdasha.
Ekadasha Panchashashtihi Samvatsaraha
Ekadasha Panchashashtihi Samvatsaraha Asit.
Asit. Very okay. Bhaskaracharya. Now we'll learn about Bhaskaracharya. A little introduction about it. So not in deep. Okay. Lilavati Bijaganitam. 2 books. 2 works. Very popular. 2 popular works. Now the Lilavati. What is Leela? Leela is full of algebra. Shlokas, actually. It's available with the English translation and Hindi translation, commentary. All these books, Panchasiddhantika, Aryabhatiyam, all these are all available now. So you all can read. It's available with, in Chaukamba, it's available with Hindi and English commentary. Particularly the Leelavati is a small book. Okay, you all will. These are all fun in mathematics, the quiz in mathematics. I did not learn. I missed out when I was student, all these things. When I came to college, I learned all these things. What are these things? But I missed out all those things to learn because there are no teachers to teach Leelavati. It is there in some some university has this in the syllabus. But in normal Sanskrit colleges, Leelavati is not there. So these work to be taught to the students. Even this CBSE and others have the the books. It should be taught them to the students, the lower classes. Maybe 2-3 shlokas enough from this. 2 popular works, Leelavati and Bijaganitam. Bijaganitam is it's considered as in modern technology, modern term. It is what is Bijaganitam? Okay.
Algebra.
Algebra. Yes, that is Indian origin of algebra. That is Bijaganitam. Indian origin of algebra. Algebra is the Indian modern term. Okay, so 2 popular works, Bijaganitam and Leelavati. In Leelavati, you can understand so many things. Please read. It's I think it's available on the net also. Okay, if I get, I'll share it to you. Okay, 2 popular works authored by him. Okay, authored by Bhaskara. No, Leelavati is Asya Putri. His daughter was Leelavati. Daughter Leelavati was also a math scholar. It is even the researchers say that Leelavati also the book authored by Bhaskara, but it is originally authored by Leelavati. Leelavati, the name is given after Leelavati's daughter. Okay. Then Ganita Pandita, I think it is understood. We understand that. We understand Leelavati, his daughter. There is a story also behind this. Small story they used to tell. Her marriage was arranged for Leelavati. And a best horoscope was picked and best time for the marriage was fixed and marriage was held. Finally, what happened after some years, after a few years of marriage, the son-in-law passed away, died. And what may be where it went wrong with the calculation, whether the astrology was a myth. Astrology was a myth. So he got disappointed. But daughter was very much enthusiastic because she believes all these things. She could bear it. She came out of that. She came out of that and she focused on maths, development of maths. Then they found the clock. what is a sand clock something? What is the name? Sand that was used that
Clock
time.
and water clock.
Yeah. That clock, there was a small block in the watch. There used to be different. Even we have different clocks, like that. Different clocks were there. So they found with the clock which was used for the calculation had a small black, the block in it. So the time was not calculated properly. So that all the calculations went wrong. That's what the Karna Parampara story. Okay. So she was with her father, Ganita Pandita, Lilavati Grante, in Lilavati, algebra, the method of algebra. Algebra was fully used in a best possible way. You all will read it, then only you will understand. It was in the Shloka Rupa, all this quiz. One shloka I remember. Shloka I don't remember. The meaning only I remember. I forgot the shloka. See, Anabhyase Visham Vidya. This is what they said. Anabhyase Visham Vidya. If you don't revise, whatever the knowledge you collected or you saved, you stored, you learned, will vanish, will disappear. This is one of the example for for me. Shloka I forgot. Meaning says, always Bhaskaracharya used to, give some kind of quiz. Used to ask something. Oh, daughter, please tell me. They saw the pool. They saw the pool. The lotus is, over the water, and he says that the lotus, the bloomed lotus, are what is it called? The roja muttu, the tamara muttu. That is shaken by the wind, and it is bending, touching the water, and coming up. And he's asking what is the height or degree, something he's asking about that. What is this? You tell my daughter. Height, I think, height or degree, something. What's that? Then she is replying. So that is a shloka, beautiful concept. We have to learn this again. Being a Sanskrit student and Sanskrit teacher, I want to learn this again. I learned long back. I read this long back. After that, I don't have time to revise. I'm supposed to. I should not simply admit. I have to practice it. Okay. Then Newton Mahodayat Purva, even before Isaac Newton. Okay. Newton. Bhumehe Akarana Sakti. What is that? Gravity of Earth has been described in his book. As the researchers say, I am not telling. Okay. Researchers says. Gaveshakaha vadanti. Researchers say this. Asya kalaha is time. His time is 1114. That is 12th century. 1165. Okay. So we can identify the by date who is the superior, senior. Okay. Now read Sriraj. Read this.
Yes, sir. भास्कराचार्यः लीलावती बीजगणितम् इति प्रसिद्धौ ग्रन्थौ अनेन लिखितौ. That means Leelavati and Bijaganitam were the two famous books Bhaskaracharya wrote. Asya putri Leelavati api Ganita Pandita iti jnayate. His daughter Leelavati was also a mathematician. Leelavati granthe algebra iti Ganita paddhatihi uttama Varanita Asti. That means in the book Leelavati, algebra, the type of mathematics is described in the best way.
Yeah.
Newton Mahodayat Purvameva Bhumehe आकर्षणशक्ति मध्यीकृत्य स्वपुस्तके लिखितवान् अयं पंडितः इति गवेषकाः वदन्ति. That means even before Newton, the gravity of the earth is told in his book, as the researchers say. अस्य कालः पश्चात् क्रिस्तोः पश्चात् एकादशः चतुर्दशः टु एकादश चतुर्दश टु एकादश पंच पंचषष्टिः संवत्सरः आसीत्. That means his time was from 1114 century AD to 1165 century AD.
So he lived around how many years? 51? 51 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 51 years. Good. Okay. So shall we stop here? So we'll read for the next week, the next class. Any doubt in this? Okay, thank you. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyad dukha bhag bhavet, sarvastaratu durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu, sarva kamana vapnotu, sarva sarvatra nandatu. Om Shanti.